Hi there, I am back and I'm also very pale, which is a weird thing to worry about when I am in a very extreme period of my life, as you guys already know from the previous video. It's a few days later and I'm editing the video and I realized it's totally out of focus. I apologize and I'm gonna try and use as much footage as I can of my daily life to make up for the newbiness and to kind of cover this video where you can't really see my face properly. By the way, this is a wig. I didn't magically grow hair, just so you know. To be honest with you, it was really hard to edit and I considered not posting this video at all, knowing that it's out of focus and I forgot my mic. The perfectionist in me is mortified and I hope you guys can give me grace. We're doing it anyway because I know this is the right thing for me right now, to commit to progress and not perfection. I am going to talk about hanging in there. More specifically, trusting the process when you don't know anything. It's one thing to read scientific papers or to have doctors tell you your odds of making it safely and healthily to the other side, but it's a hell of another thing to go through it. It's hard to not let weird thoughts and doubts seep into your mind when you're on your own, and that's bound to happen. And if you're going through something yourself, where you know it's important to trust and you know it's important to remain positive, please don't beat yourself up when you're having these dark thoughts, because there's nothing wrong with you. That's not a personal failure. It is part of the process to doubt. Eventually, what matters is more that you keep doing the things that you know are good for you eventually. There will be moments when you feel like you're missing your strength. There will be moments where you will feel desperate and maybe you will doubt if whatever little step you take to take care of yourself, like those little habits, say do yoga or eat something healthy or go for a walk or call a friend, if there's any point in any of that, you will doubt it. You will doubt if there is any point in writing, in self-expressing. You will doubt if there's any point in opening up to someone. You will doubt if there's any point into taking care of your body and your mind. And that's okay. I think the most important thing is to try and slowly nudge yourself to pick it up again eventually. So if you don't do it today, if you don't do it tomorrow, if you don't do it the day after, that's fine. Maybe your body is going through something. In my case, my body is going through something. This past 7 days I have been feeling so sick, nauseous all the time, pain in my stomach, there's no taste in foods, everything I eat or drink causes discomfort in my bowels, and yet I am thirsty and I am hungry all the time. I have difficulty sleeping, I have hot flashes because my hormones are affected, and all of this obviously has a psychological effect, a strong one too. It's a level of discomfort I've never ever experienced. I don't know how you trust the process. I know that communicating about it helps. So I know that connection with other people, either through a screen or in physical form, is what really works for me. I guess the practice is to give myself grace when I can and allow those emotions to flow. Because there are no right or wrong emotions. They are all part of the process. And I know it feels extremely uncomfortable to feel angry at stuff or to cry. It feels extremely uncomfortable to feel resentful, to feel frustrated. If you even feel that, some people don't even feel that. Some people just morph everything into anger, like a lot of men do that. They just feel the emotion anger. And other people just morph everything into anxiety. A lot of women do that because these are socially accepted emotions. You know, anger for men, anxiety, and nervousness for women. So there's a palette of emotions that we end up repressing, and they come out only in this more socially accepted other emotions. If I feel like I'm throwing a fit, or I am being weak, or I am being too emotional, or I'm not showing up the way that I had envisioned, that can send us into a spiral of shame and guilt. Shame and guilt are difficult ones. Let's say you are fearful or you are resentful of the situation that's happening to you, and then on top of that you have yet another layer of cringe, right? Like you feel embarrassed by your own spontaneous emotion. And it is hard. It is hard to peel the layers of that because, you know, you have these difficult emotions on top of this discomfort. It is, you know, a shit show sometimes. And again, I don't know how to remain positive. And perhaps the goal is not to remain positive necessarily. The goal is to let these emotions come to you and process them in whatever way you can, be it writing or talking to a person, a loved one. I talk to my mother a lot. I talk to some friends as well. And I talk to my therapist personally. Today I went to a yoga class. After 7 days of not doing anything movement-wise, I had to go because I know that's the only thing that brings me some respite physically and therefore emotionally. Even if it's just for a moment, a gentle yoga practice, it can really open some space in my body. And finally, I was able to breathe into it and get into poses that I didn't think I could. Not complicated poses, just like lying down on my back. Simple as that. That was uncomfortable for me. And after class, the teacher came and checked in on me. He asked me if I was all right because I think he had seen that I was a bit emotional throughout class. And he said something so funny today. He called it the yin yoga mantra. Your issues are stored in your tissues, which is this idea that your body does store pain and emotions that you repressed, right, along your lifetime. And I do find that to be true. And then he told me about a yoga studio owner that he knows who went through the same thing, came out on the other side, offered to connect us, and that was super sweet, and that gave me hope. Again, connection. And also, again, this idea that it is worth it to nudge yourself to do the things you know are good for you. These little interactions make me believe that, you know, the little things matter, and that even if I don't see it temporarily, I'll see it again eventually. That's actually something that ties back to this tattoo that I have here, and I don't know if you can see it properly. It says, "Love always returns." And this tattoo relates to that idea that even if for a while you feel blind, even if for a while you don't feel uplifted emotions, even if for a while things feel bleak, eventually things will be bright again. It's that idea of this too shall pass. After the storm there comes a calm. Even if I feel in love right now, I will feel loved again. And I'm trying to get comfortable with this idea of not knowing how exactly is this story going to unfold, how exactly does it look like on the other side, and trusting that no matter how that looks, I will be fine. There is a way. There is a way. Thanks for following along. I'm so happy you're here. If you're watching this and if you found value in it, please subscribe, like this video. That would mean a lot to me. One of my goals is to utilize this free time that I have now to connect. And one of the ways I want to connect is via YouTube. Thank you. I see you in the next one.